And now is the time to call upon stage the person who has been the lifeline of high tech. It was his vision to build up something that could make a difference in the life of the people. A man who is a personification of humility and simplicity. A true leader who inspires everyone who touches his life.
He is not only a brave heart, but most ethical and genuine philanthropist. He is not only the lifeline of high tech, but definitely the headlines of high tech too. Please welcome on stage Mr. Pranit the CEO and the founder of high tech, to share his words of wisdom and future vision. So,
Well, friends, very nice to be here again. It was indeed a special year. You just saw a glimpse of that in the pictures, but actually, indeed, it was a very special year. High tech is changing. Your company is transforming. Built on the strong foundations of your sincerity and dedication, your company is ready to take a big leap. A leap that would launch high-tech into select league of big businesses that are providing high-value services to their customers. A leap that could potentially change our career. A leap that could potentially change our lives. These are exciting times, my dear friends. And today, I'll be talking about that transformation that is taking place through a presentation. So here is the new change, the new leap. So you see an addition of 4.0 after high tech. And 4.0 represents much more than a number. It's the start of a new era. We have passed through different phases in last 25 years, in fact now 26 years. And this 4.0 represents the era which will allow us to take that leap where we will be among the top businesses in the coming years. So before I go forward, here is a big background of what happened and what this 4.0 represents. So, this is a brief journey about different milestones of high tech. So high tech 1.0 is when company was formed 1992 to roughly around 2000, when we were providing mostly domestic services. And then we had 2.0 BPO services, which really started from 99, 2000. And that was the beginning of the outsourcing that we all started. So that was the point when the current work started. And then 3.0, somewhere around 2010, again about 10 years, or 2006-07, when engineering services was started, and that became AEC services, engineering services, and aeronautical services, and along with that software also. And now the 4.0 is what we will be venturing into. And it's not an incremental shift that we are talking about. We are really talking about here a jump, a leap, a transformation, something going really few steps above. It's just not a step above. There are 2 or 3 steps that we are going further than this. And this 4.0 is going to provide us lot of opportunities, lot of challenges, and lot of areas where we can really skill ourselves and potentially change the way we work, potentially in the league of really big businesses or a different career or a several milestones, several steps ahead from what we are doing currently. And it has got a lot of meaning for all of us, my dear friends. So, in brief, as we move forward, so we have been providing services so far. All the things is what customer tells us that this is what needs to be done. And we normally we'll go extra mile to accomplish that thing. Now, when we say consulting, then the consulting is few steps above. So client will come up with that challenge. So rather than a real statement that this is what we need to get done, client will come as to what kind of challenges that they are facing. The challenges could be cost, it could be scalability, it could be improving efficiency. So client would typically come up with that I have a problem in hand, and our consultants who could be based in the client's location or in India, they will be visiting and doing an assessment that let me understand what are the typical, what is the current state of the situation, why you are facing this problem. And after doing an assessment, they will do a gap analysis that to really get the benefits that you are looking for, these are the potential solutions, these are the industry, these are the benchmarks, global standards, that how a particular thing is done. And then we will go for the execution from end to end. We will be in charge of the change management, and then we will ensure that the work is done and client gets the benefit. So the focus now is creation of impact. The impact of whether the original client challenge which was there, what is the benefit that we have provided to him. So our accountability is not just execution of what client wanted. Our accountability is creating a positive impact, solving the challenge, typically giving almost 10 times benefit to customer. So this is a fundamental shift from what we are doing currently to what we will be doing currently. And this opens a host of opportunities for all of us. Since we are jumping, we are taking 2 or 3 leaps, 2 or 3 steps, which is consulting part, which is doing a gap analysis, benchmarking, research, so providing solution, developing products. Now all these things are new for us. All these things provide huge opportunity for us to learn those new skills, to find out what is required for doing all these things, and potentially, you probably might be aware that consultants, knowledge consultants are typically the jobs which are most highly paid across the industry. In US, typically, let's say an engineer with 3 years of experience would get around $50,000, or let's say $50 an hour. A typical consultant could potentially get between $200 to $500 an hour. So we are talking about that kind of a leap that we are talking about. We are talking about that high kind of work. And similarly, the work that we are doing for client would also jump 3-4 times the value. That's the kind of high value services. And this would result in, as far as lot of opportunities, as far as offices and setting up of work overseas is concerned. And even then, the work that we are doing is not just one process. It would be end-to-end process. And when we say end-to-end process, we are doing simple work to complex work and highly complex work. Again, that provides a lot of opportunity for all of us. So a backdrop of this is services to consulting, and that in this leap, in this transformation, in this jump, there are a lot of opportunities, but what it will be required is to skill ourselves, to train ourselves, to learn new things, to understand what are the best industry practices, and only then we will be able to take that leap that what we are talking about. So friends, these are some of the areas where we will be providing consulting. Automation, the third thing, is very well known to you. Analytics is something new that we are starting this year. And analytics is more about understanding the value of data. So, I mean, in this new world of internet and sensors and technology, lot of data is being emitted from web, from sensors, from everywhere. So the value is about for understanding the value, to dig down what is deep inside the data and take out and find out conclusions that could help in benefit of the businesses. So process optimization is about whatever client is doing, what is the way that that process can be optimized, it can be improved. Now process improvement is at the core of this consulting part, and that's where, so when the improvement is there, it could be with the help of automation, it could be with the help of consulting, it could be with the help of analytics, or could be any area. The second thing is about going from services to products. So far, we have been doing primarily providing services, but when we are talking about providing solution to customer, the solution need not necessarily be providing a service that we are doing currently. So we will be preparing some products, and one of the product that we have already started is enterprise visibility, and over a period of time, we will be having couple of more products as we move along. The third big shift is from currently we are India based, but then we will be going from local to global. Now, we already have offices in UK. Bachal is there in US, you all know, but we will be having a formal setup because we faced problems related to transfer and hiring of employees whenever US was concerned, and you all know that H1 visa, which has been the way, which has been primarily the way the staff members or the employees used to go to US. There is a lot of challenges related to that. Now, with this starting of overseas corporation, we will open up another new categories of visa, which is L1 visa, and that should allow us overseas placement. So we are just trying to, the kind of challenges that we faced in last year, that is something that we are trying to resolve this year. Potentially, we are not sure, you see a different color, potentially there could be another office, it could be in Singapore, or it could be another location, but that is couple of years away, still away. But this year, we are targeting UK to be made operational, and some activity in UK, and we want to see US also operate. So a lot of things could happen. We could have consultants, we could have business development, we would have program managers who will be in charge of execution, who will oversee the execution and the delivery staff. So a lot of activities could potentially happen in these three offices. And then we will be focusing on select industry segments. We will continue to work on different industries, but these are the 6 industries that you see here that we will be focusing and developing deep domain expertise. So again, here there is an opportunity here not just to execute things, The point is to learn about these industries, what is there in building construction. What you should start seeing is what are the challenges that typically client would be facing. What are the possible solutions to that? So you should open up your thinking, not just that, okay, I am good in a certain software, let's say Autodesk, some Autodesk software, it could be Revit, it could be SolidWorks, it could be Excel. You are good in that, good in the execution of that thing, but start thinking from customer angle. That my customer is an e-commerce company. Okay, now what are the kind of challenges? Why he has this kind of requirement? Why he asks us to scrape the web or do complete this model? And what is behind? So typically client would mention all these things to the business development team. So before you start execution, try and understand what are the challenges that the client has faced, and then you should start thinking from client perspective that these are the things that I need to be aware of. These are the typical challenges that in construction industry client typically faces. As long as you are well versed with that knowledge, you are in a better position, not just to do execution, but to explain to client that this is what you need to do. Our job is changing from mere execution to advising customer, what you are saying to do is incorrect. This is the way you should be doing it. This is the way you should be approaching things. Our thinking should develop into more like a consultant. It's not about execution. It is about advising customers now that this is what they should be doing. And then after that, once you have agreed to a solution, it is about execution. So the challenge for all of you, my dear friends, is that let's learn. We already know so many things. Therefore we have come to this stage. But the point is to learn new things, to reskill. There are new technologies coming. I have read somewhere that 50% of the current workforce in software industry will go obsolete. That's huge. I mean, we are talking about millions of people, and then 50% of those highly skilled employees in the last 25 years, their skills will go obsolete. I mean, that skills will be no longer in requirement. So the world is changing, technology is changing too fast these days, and new things are coming very rapidly. It is very important that we get aware of those technologies. And then once we have awareness, we are in better decision to learn new technologies. That is not just important, it is critical. And that is what you should really be talking to your managers and trying to find out what are the technologies that are required in this, how I can get deep domain expertise here. The initiatives have come from you, should come from you. I mean, managers, of course, will be in charge of ensuring that you learn, but the big initiative, the big thinking, the big interest has to really come from you. That I want to learn. Tell me what I should learn. Tell me what is meaningful. This is what I have seen on the web. Why we are not doing this? So challenge your manager. Challenge your manager, challenge us that this is what we should be doing, why we are doing certain thing. Okay, that is what will take you ahead. Merely doing what has been told to you is not going to help, my friends here. So let's get prepared for learning new technologies. And there is a big change here. So as we move forward, I mean, so far, I mean, what we are doing, the division's name, there has been some renaming inconsistent with our new approach, the new things that we will be doing. So BPO division, which we have been so far telling, will now be called Business Process Solutions. So again, you see, it is not about just getting the work done, it is about providing solutions. So it will be now BPS, really speaking. Then we have AEC division, and AEC division will be called BIM Solutions. So BIM, as you all know, in AEC division, we have all the mostly work we are doing is about BIM. But from BIM, we are now extending it to BIM Solutions. Again, it is about providing, developing softwares, providing solutions to the customer. That is what is about. Then we have industrial services, which we are now calling engineering solutions. And again, it will be focused on certain select industry segments which you saw earlier. And then we have a new division which is starting with analytics, about which I just briefly referred a few minutes ago. So that's a new division. So ultimately we have total 5 divisions in company now, as you can see on the screen. And we have a new website also. You might have heard recently that the name, in a couple of years before we changed the name of company, but now we have a new website altogether, htsolutions.com. And all the email addresses will be changing, email signatures, so everything will be changing according to this. It will start happening in a week or two, but you are most welcome to visit this site and see. And all the things that we are talking about here will be there on the website, and you will come to know that what are our offerings, what we'll be doing for the customers, and how we'll be helping them. So along with our offerings, our solutions that we will be doing, there are some changes in the way we operate. So in the last year, you would have seen that a lot of talks are being done related to process improvement, about hubs, about automation. So we are setting up dedicated team in each division who is in charge of doing this, and we are calling this Center of Excellence. So the role of that is process improvement, continuously seeing what can be improved, how our processes can be done more efficiently. And then automation, and then the hubs will be the backdrop. Hubs, you are all, I guess, familiar with this name, and hubs will be backbone of all our operations. I understand that all of you had to put extra efforts in the last year. We were trying with the double system, and a lot of effort went in vain. And I will not say in vain, but it was a lot of efforts for you. But all this should lead to a lot of good things coming up. And we are more or less confident that hubs can deliver this process improvement to a great extent. So then we will be, for all this, as you all know, we talked about training, learning, reskilling, all those things we talked about. So we'll be setting up a new high-tech knowledge center. Now this knowledge center will focus on providing training, learning facilities. So there will be a lot of focus on skill development, knowledge updation, leadership development. But again, initiatives have to come from you. We can really create these are the skills which are needed. Managers can try for it, but really speaking, to make it a success, the initiatives have to come from you. You have to make that extra efforts. And if required, we are willing to sponsor trainings outside. But it all depends what is the interest level and how you can really reskill yourself in these activities. And the great thing is that we will be doing a lot of partnerships as we move ahead. Lot of partnerships, collaborations with leading companies. Autodesk, the name you are very familiar with. So we are now Autodesk Authorized Training Center. We will be, we have, even they do, normally their policies do not, they have some restrictions about who within certain distance, if there is a distance limitation, they normally do not allow. But looking to all the plan that was given to them, they gracefully agreed, and that's a big thing for us. And DriveWorks, the industrial team would be very familiar with this. So we are DriveWorks implementation partner. So again, here, so DriveWorks is a leading company for which is into automation tools. And we have developed into partnership that wherever the implementation need is required, then we will be their partner of choice. And we are the only ones in India at this moment. And then we are also talking about culture transformation. And culture transformation in that we are talking about, it's again not about let's do this thing. It's not about that. So when you feel that you have been asked to do certain thing, then it's find out the root cause of the problem. That why it has happened. What is behind. So a problem is a problem, and you can find an immediate solution to that problem. For example, I came late today. Okay, fine. But why you came late? Because there was a traffic jam. Okay. So the question is, isn't the traffic jam happen 2 times in 7 days? Yes, it happens. So why you could, so again the second why comes, what you could have done to avoid this kind of situation. So the next point is that, okay, I could have started 10 minutes early. Now, why you could not start 10 minutes early is because I normally get up late. So then the solution could be, the solution that why you came late today, it might not necessarily be the traffic jam. The root cause of the problem is normally I would get up little late. It could be that problem. So the root cause of the problem, the immediate solution, that immediate cause is that there was a traffic jam. But the real problem is it could be that you got up late today. So the point is to go find out the root cause of the problem, and then try and find out what is the solution. That I will start getting up 15 minutes early, and I will start to the office 10 minutes early. So if that is the kind of analysis that you can do and find a solution to the problem, that would really lead to long-term solution, not just the one-off solution. And then this is the most often heard thing from client, proactive. So proactive means advanced planning. So if the holidays are coming, it's better to inform in advance, not just 2 days before to customer that the holidays are coming. If you have to make a trip, plan your tickets, get your tickets early. Inform the stakeholders, other stakeholders early. We recently went one of the client, and they started planning for 1 year in advance. 1 year in advance. That when is our next annual function going to be? Who all will be coming in that annual function? You all know IMAG, right? IMAG. So they have already started planning for the next annual event, and they are now in the process of booking their tickets for the next annual event. So that's the kind of advanced planning is required. That you are executing a project, and then you expect that there could be a delay. So rather than informing in the last minute that I could not complete it on time, inform 2 days in advance that there could be delay. Now that would allow client to plan things in a better way. So clients often says to us, there is no problem if the things get delayed or there is a problem. But inform us in advance. So that is the kind of thing is proactive. Inform things in advance. And then candid approach. So candid approach, your supervisor tells you something, you get it done. simple. And that, yes, I will do it. So the culture of being yes, that everything you say, the culture is yes. And then you are under pressure, that I have to get it done. You knew that timeline is too short, I won't be able to execute it. But because your supervisor said it, you said, yes, I will do it. Because you are hesitant to say no. You are hesitant to explain your problems. So, this candid approach is tell your problems. Ask why it is required, why can it be done one day late or few hours late. We went to one customer recently, and client was explaining to the problems. One of our staff members had visited that customer 3 months before, and client was trying to explain the problem, and he said, can you do it? He said, yes. Can you do it? Yes. So for everything he was saying yes, and client started thinking that probably whatever I'm saying is too much of a routine matter, and these people are very smart, and I am showing myself foolish when I'm saying this kind of thing. That's the kind of thing client started thinking, and he said that, okay, then let's do it. You seem to be very competent, so let's do it. So when they started doing, the work was getting done in a totally different way, and clients started saying that why you are doing this thing in this particular way. And it continuously happened for 1 year, one month, and then client called us. And he said, you know what's the biggest problem in your company? Biggest problem company is yes sir and no problem. And I have now realized that no problem is the biggest problem. That's what customers said, told to us, that your no problem is the biggest problem to me, and please make sure that now this yes thing and no problem is what you should take out from your dictionary. So the point is, we have to tell our problem, because simply saying yes does not help anyone. So candid approach is about telling yes, this is how I can do it. I can do it, but these are the challenges that we are likely to face. This is what we should be trying to do. So rather than saying just yes, it's about sharing openly your concerns, your ideas. And so client then is in a better position to make some decisions. And then we have Antardhani, and quite a few things are being done, and we have talked about it. But the new thing is, this time we are collaborating with GESIA. You know GESIA is the organization of Gujarat organization, leading Gujarat organization for electronics and software industry, and we are coordinating with them for industry academia collaboration, where we will be providing a lot of job opportunities and training and reskilling and skilling to the college graduates, which can be used by different companies and make them employable. So this is the new initiative that has been started this year. And in all those things, in all these things, as we move ahead, and we do hope, and there is a dream, that at some point of time, we would have our own campus where we can be all together. I can see the excitement. The biggest claps were reserved for this. So I do hope that at some point of time, we will be able to find out that place. That's a dream. Dreams do come true, and let's hope that dream come true sooner than later. So thank you once again for patiently hearing. I know it was a different kind of thing, but I hope that you have understood a little bit of what we will be doing in the coming weeks. We will be explaining you in more detail what this High Tech 4.0 is all about, and where it will be more interactive. You are free to ask your questions. But in the meanwhile, please do start researching seeing the website, what it is about, and how it can benefit all of us, how it can lead us to the new path, new career, how it can really transform our lives. Thank you once again, and there are a lot of things in store, and the serious talks are over, and let's have fun and enjoy.
Thank you. So those were some wonderful motivating words from Pranit sir. Thank you, sir, for your kind words and sharing the vision of High Tech 4.0. The man behind the High Tech 1, 2, 3 and now 4. Thank you, sir.